Are you confident in your selling process? Do you feel comfortable with the process in general, with how you're talking to your prospect, with the things that you say, and are you seeing the success that you want to see? If you're not, chances are you don't have a sales rhythm and you need to find it. Today on this video, we're going to talk about how to find that sales rhythm and how it is actually the key to your success when it comes to increasing the revenue in your business and seeking your own personal wealth. But before we get to that, if this is your first time coming by the Two Brain Business channel, welcome and consider subscribing. If you like content that is action-oriented and geared towards increasing your personal wealth, then you're going to want to stay tuned. So be subscribed, smash the like on this video, and ring that notification bell so you can see when we post more videos. All right, so let's get right into it. Sales rhythm. What the heck is that? Sales rhythm is just a term that we've applied to your selling process for you personally. If you have a good rhythm, it means that you're going into a sales appointment with confidence. You feel good talking to the prospect. You're not nervous. You know what to say. You're comfortable responding to the hard questions, and you're comfortable asking the hard questions yourself. If you don't have a sales rhythm, it means that you don't know what to say. You're nervous, you're jittery, you're sweating bullets. They ask a tough question, you go, and you don't know how to respond. And that's okay, as long as you work on it. Understand that you are underperforming because of this, and you commit to improving it. So how do we improve it? How do we find the sales rhythm? It's simply practice. I want you to think of selling as a skill, like anything else. If you're in the fitness business like we are, then you understand that there is a big element of practice when it comes to movement. If you practice, you will improve at that. The same can be applied to selling. Our area of practice for sales is going to be in a role play format. So I want to share with you a great way to role play with your team. And if you don't have a team, don't worry. You really just need a friend. In worst case scenario, if you don't have friends, sorry, you can just record yourself on your phone and listen back to it. And then go find some friends. All right, so what we're talking about when it comes to role play is the art of practicing the sale. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna have at least two people. If you don't have two people, you're gonna have to rehearse it in your head or say it out loud for the other person. One person's the seller, one person's the buyer. I believe this works in a better format when you have a seller, a buyer, and then a mediator on the outside. The mediator is going to be there to help the two keep a good flow of that conversation. So if one person gets hung up, they don't know what to do, let's say the role play is getting out of hand, everybody's joking now, nobody's really benefiting from it anymore. It helps to have a mediator there to time out or pause the conversation and provide some feedback or give each person, a line to continue the conversation. In this way, we make sure that we're getting the most out of this time spent together because we don't want to waste all this time either. So how do we do it? You pick a seller. The seller's just going to be themselves. There's nothing really to build as far as a character background for that person. Just be yourself selling. The buyer, you're going to create a character for. That character is going to be like Mrs. Jones. She's 42. She has 2 kids. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her goal is to lose weight, etc., etc. You don't need a big elaborate backstory, just some basics as far as who this person is. Then we role play parts of the sale that you want to work on. So you need to identify, maybe through a sales meeting, something we recommended in another video here on the channel, what your weak points are within your sales process or what the weak points are within the sales process for a particular salesperson. So if you have somebody with a low closing percentage, we're going to practice the close. We'll practice objection handling. So we might have the seller be that person that's struggling, the buyer be somebody else taking place of one of your prospects, and we'll give the buyer some information like, hey, here are your goals, here's why those are important to you, and hey, by the way, and I recommend whispering this to them and keeping it kind of separate, adds a little level of challenge to it. You're gonna say no when they ask for the sale. They have to fight for this one. Here's what I want you to do. And you can just give them some information. Maybe throw a curveball in there, like, hey, if they say this, you say this, right? Or tell them to be extra tough, right? Up until the 3rd time that your seller asks for this sale. So it pushes them to work a little bit harder, right? Challenge your staff. Don't make it easy. Don't roll over and die and buy the thing like it's fine. Make it a challenge. That's what we're looking to do. So in this way, with our role play, we're getting tons of practice going through different parts of the sales process and we're hearing ourselves say these things, and we're having other people hear us say these things, other people that are not prospects or potential clients. So this is a low-risk environment to really practice this. A high-risk environment is an actual sales opportunity where you don't want to try new things there. You don't want to say like, oh, I heard this thing one time, I'll try that to the next spousal objection. No, you should have practiced that thing maybe hundreds of times before applying it to a real sales appointment. Otherwise, you're potentially wasting money. You're wasting an opportunity. It just doesn't make sense. So this practice allows us to improve that skill, to say the same kind of thing and find out if it sounds like us, if it feels authentic, if we believe in what we're saying. And if we do, then the next thing is to practice, practice, practice. So it comes out better and smoother, and you're more confident delivering it. And that confidence goes a long way to help you close the deal. It's that simple. There's not a lot of meat here to go with this, you guys, but all we're really saying, action step wise for today, is that you start role playing the sales process. And I might add, do it frequently. If you have somebody who's brand new to sales, doing role play once a month, once a quarter, I've heard from some owners, is not nearly enough. You need to be doing it twice a week. 3 times a week is actually what I recommend to start. So if you have brand new people, you're role playing 3 times a week. I hear what you're saying. That's a lot of time. What I'm asking for here is maybe 30 minutes per person per day, 3 days a week. So you're talking about an hour and a half of role playing a week, 3 times a week to start. Do it until you feel like you've made progress. Then drop it to twice, then drop it to once a week. And that's about where I'd stay. I wouldn't really go under once a week. Once a week is a bare minimum of role play. Like anything else, if you don't continue to practice that, if you don't continue to work on your double unders on a weekly basis, the next time you have double unders and you encounter them in a workout, they're not going to feel good. You are going to feel out of practice. That's how it goes. Sales is the same. So make sure that you and your team are practicing. That's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, if this was helpful for you, again, consider subscribing to the channel, but also smash the like on this video. Ring that notification bell so you can see when we drop more videos, and we'll see you guys next time.